So today we're going to be talking about one of the most difficult fights I've done yet. Oh man, this is going to be so tough just because these two are so similar in strength and power. So we're going to do Thing versus Colossus. Let's just dive right on in. So Ben Grimm, the Thing, is the original quintessential tough guy of the Marvel Universe. But because of his transformation, he's also the tragic member of the Fantastic Four. Ben was an ace test pilot until exposure to intense cosmic radiation mutated him into a rock-skinned monster with immense superhuman strength. Ben's exterior is much harder than stone, and he has a gruff disposition, but inside he has a heart of pure gold. When Ben Grimm first transformed into the Thing, he was only able to lift around 5 tons, but over the years, his strength has consistently grown to the point where he could lift 85 tons. This appeared to be where it naturally leveled off, but Ben continued to push himself, and through consistent, intense weight training, he is now able to lift 100 tons, and possibly even more. Even though he averages around 100 tons, he's had some insanely impressive showings, like stopping a multi-story building from toppling over, which would weigh in the 10,000 ton range, knocking out the Hulk with one punch, and even knocking down a living black hole with one punch. The Thing has enhanced stamina that allows him to exert himself at his peak capacity for about an hour before he even begins to show signs of fatigue. Ben's mutated skin is composed entirely of interlocking stones of regular shapes and sizes. Now, one interesting thing about his mutation is that he no longer has any ears, but his hearing actually hasn't been diminished in any way because of this. It would appear that due to the effects of the cosmic rays, all of Ben's hearing physiology has been internalized with no real loss of function or acuity. All of the Thing's tissues and organs have been enhanced as an adaptation to his sheer physical size and composition. His body can withstand extreme environments, including temperatures ranging from negative 75 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 800 degrees. He's been able to withstand 15 pounds of explosives per square inch, the deep, crushing pressures of the ocean floor, and is basically invulnerable to everything ranging from bladed weapons to multiple high-caliber bullets. He's even been able to take direct punches from Hulk or impacts from Mjolnir. However, Ben has been injured by Wolverine's adamantium claws before, so there's a limit to his durability. Now, despite his large size and stature, the Thing is actually surprisingly quick, agile, and flexible. He's also been trained in various military hand-to-hand combat techniques, actually trained and competed as an amateur boxer, is a very skilled wrestler, is trained in judo and jiu-jitsu, and has years of street fighting experience from growing up on the streets in New York City. Ben has been able to combine all this knowledge and experience into his own unique and effective style of brawling, which he's been able to use to take down some of the strongest heroes and villains in the Marvel Universe, most of who are actually stronger and more durable than he is. And in the other corner we have Colossus. Pietro Rasputin is a Russian mutant who possesses the ability to transform his body into organic steel, giving him immense strength and durability. Colossus is among the physically strongest X-Men and is a talented artist. Now, Colossus' organic steel isn't actually steel. It's a composition that just appears to be similar to carbon steel. He's able to transform into this armor-like state at will, and the transformation is virtually instantaneously. He can also stay in this state for as long as he desires, although he's never stayed in this steel form for longer than 5 days at a time. If Colossus is knocked unconscious, however, he instantly reverts back to his normal form. The conversion from flesh and bone to organic steel is accomplished by a whole brain interface with an ionic form of osmium, an extremely dense metal that is located in another dimension. Whenever Colossus decides that he wants to transform, he is actually exchanging osmium atoms for his carbon atoms. Now, Colossus can't become partially armored. His body is entirely converted, or it isn't. After transforming, Colossus gains superhuman strength. When he was just a teenager, he was able to lift around 70 tons, but after he matured into a grown adult, he could easily lift over 100 tons. He's been able to perform such incredible feats as smashing tanks with his bare hands, ripping up trees, throwing 50-foot-tall robots, holding up a collapsing hospital, and carrying the X-Men's plane, the Blackbird, which weighs around 85 tons. Colossus has also been able to considerably hurt Abomination and even injure the Hulk before. His muscles produce considerably less fatigue toxins than a normal human, and at his peak, he can physically exert himself for several days before the buildup of fatigue toxins begins to tire him out. He's also insanely durable and is able to withstand basically any bullet, falls from great heights, 4,500 pounds of TNT, and a collision with a 10-ton truck going 100 miles per hour. He can survive in temperatures ranging from negative 390 degrees Fahrenheit to 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit. He's taken optic blast from Cyclops, plasma blast from Havoc and Sunfire, punches from Hulk, and Wolverine's adamantium claws can't cut through him. Although this is probably because Wolverine isn't strong enough. It's also been said that it would take 750 tons of force to break one of Colossus's arms. He's also immune to electricity and is resistant to magic. So who wins this fight? Oh man, this is a tough one. Now these two characters are basically equal in almost every single area. But I think I know who'd win. So let's dive right on in and break it down. Now right off the bat, I want to throw out the argument that because steel is stronger than rock, Colossus would beat the Thing. These characters aren't actually made up of actual steel or rock, so their strength or durability isn't comparable in that way. It just wouldn't make sense to base the fight around that, because it's a flawed premise. With that being said, these two are pretty even in terms of strength. Colossus is able to lift around 100 tons, while the Thing is in the 85 to 100 ton range, and both can lift more if they're pressed and they need to in the situation. I might give the slight edge to Colossus in strength, mostly because he was able to hold his own better against World War Hulk than the Thing, but they're so close that it's not even going to make that much of a deciding factor in this battle. So the fight isn't going to be decided based on strength, but durability just might play a key factor. The Thing is able to survive at 15 pounds of explosives per square inch, punches from Hulk, hits from Mjolnir, and temperatures extremes ranging from negative 75 degrees to 800 degrees. On the other hand, Colossus is withstanding punches from Hulk, an explosion of 45,000 pounds of TNT, a collision with a 10-ton truck going 100 miles per hour, and temperatures ranging from negative 390 degrees all the way up to 9,000 degrees. Plus, while Wolverine is able to slice right through Ben with his adamantium claws, he is not able to puncture through Colossus' organic steel skin. So Colossus has the clear advantage in terms of durability. Colossus also has the advantage in the terms of stamina, as he's able to fight for days before fatigue toxins begin to build up, while the Thing is only able to exert himself at peak capacity for a couple hours. But that's not to say that the Thing doesn't have his strengths either. Now, in my opinion, Ben Grimm is a better fighter, as he's had years of fighting experience growing up on Yancey Street, is trained in judo and jiu-jitsu, and is a very skilled wrestler. In fact, the Thing's unique style of fighting has allowed him to take down many opponents who are stronger and more durable than he is. But that's not to say that Colossus can't fight. He's an expert in judo, which gives him an edge over many strong powerhouses, and has spent lots of time training in the Danger Room, and was trained by both Cyclops and Wolverine, with Wolverine being one of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe. The Thing also has a huge drive to win, and simply won't give up, even if that means resorting to fighting dirty. On the other hand, Colossus is basically a nice guy, who will fight if he has to. So who do I think wins this battle? I'm going to say Colossus. While he might not be as good a fighter, he's still more than capable of holding his own against the Thing, and the fact that he's stronger will help in his battle. But the simple fact is that he's more durable, and can just take so much more damage than the Thing can, as well as being able to fight a lot longer than Ben can. So there we have it. I hope you all enjoyed that video, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this battle down below. Who do you think wins? Also, if you have any ideas for future videos, sound out down there too. And finally, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one every single week.